We jumped up on the windowsill. Alright, this seems to be live. Sorry if I'm very close to the mic, hang on. I'm gonna start from like back here, because the charge stuff I never really got done, so I want to mess with that a bit first. What the hell's my mouse catching on? Mouse cord catching on, rather. Sorry, just shuffling shit about. Yeah, that seems to be behaving. Let's see if it stays behaving itself. If not, then I don't know. Let me sec, I have to blow my nose. There we go. Do one more sec. Alright. This guitar is really good. It's the Switch controller, it's not the DualShock. That's the DualShock. An input. I feel like it probably pause and then do the input together to pull it off maybe. I don't remember really trying that. Well, let's all go. Hello. What's up with you? Oh, you scratch while you're sitting there. You're not yet moving. And now you're walking out of the way. Okay, so... I got the meat already. Am I really? Like, for reasons beyond me blowing my nose? No. You can do it like that. The way I was doing, I was trying to do it all in, well, I mean that worked too, so maybe I just have a better sense of it, I don't know. But look. Sense of what is 1 second is a bit awkward. I don't feel good about the stream health already going red and dropping a bunch of frames on the stream already. I caught that. Oh yeah. This one I remember being distinctly far easier. Yeah. You can do that a lot more easily out of. You notice that I actually slipped and rolled the finger up the D-pad, but because I didn't input thing until the up, it was fine. That's a thing I have to get my head around. Oh yeah, the jumping one. This is the thing. Like, her whole jump isn't 1 second, so you really do have to be jumping in place for that, if I'm not wrong. It's not just jump and then do the input, as you can see. It's like the game runs at 60 frames, so when that timer on the left gets to 60, then you can do it. But you can see she jumps what, at least twice within a second. So yeah, it's just like jump twice and then you can pull it off. I mean, with the amount of jumping I do in fighting games, which is to say jump forward and uppercut, the Mortal Kombat old standby for people who can't play. Like me. And you play Reptile, you jump forward, and uppercut. Why Reptile? Just because. You know, what games you could do it with basically any of the ninjas really. I say do it like it's anything special, they just have the best ones as I remember. Even though it was the same shit for everyone, but for some reason theirs just seemed to work better. Mortal Kombat 9. Yeah, 9. That was the one. Forgot there's like 3 modern Mortal Kombats. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 9 you could do it. Reptile was like front flip and do his like uppercut, which is just a two-handed slap upwards. Alright. This is the half circle forward. So it's a grab or something for him, isn't it? That's twos. Must be like a quarter. Yeah, this is quarter circle forward. There we go. I think part of it is the character and his moveset. There we go. Oh yeah, the giant meat button and his full circle input. And this important bit where you don't actually have to hit up to jump. You just do a half circle and just diagonal up. Start from the back, he does that grab. You start from the front. He also does the grab, okay. I might as well retry that, since it's the last of the beginner ones. It was just this fucking big. Look at the reach on his shit. Cannot run. The problem is when he crouches, you're still gonna punch him in the fucking face. Let's look at it in our world. There we go. I'm getting it. I kept stopping right before the up part of the, forward up or back up. Which is, fairly severe problem for this. Please fix your payment method for the wonderful 101. Alright. No, lots of better fun I'm gonna have out of the stream. I don't know why that's being blocked by the bank. It should be fine. I'm not gonna be open tonight. I'll have to film in the fucking morning. This is just a week of pains in the asses. Alright. Assault. This is the stinger thing I thought we were doing. After last time when I couldn't continue to stream, I decided to pop out of this tutorial and just fuck about in training mode. And I was quite taken with Ori, who's like the non-character figure here, because she has the stinger, you know, Dante's stinger, which is, you know, you just rush forward, sword out, just zip forward, sword up front, and just prick in whoever's in your way like a fucking bee. Jump attack cannot be cancelled, right. Okay. Alright, this I remember doing that actually for fucking about. I'm like, whoa, what's this? And I was like, oh, you can do this shit. Should actually pay attention to which attack it was anyway. But they can be cancelled after using an aerial assault. I'm gonna love doing this a lot. It'll absolutely get me fucking hit a lot, or I'll miss and whiff a lot. But I'm gonna love doing it. It worked this much out when fucking about it, when, you know, I was like realizing the grand key of, oh, you can, you know, hard actually chain moves together in these fucking things. I said to Chris on the podcast, like, oh, I didn't realize it was buffering, and part of it was in work today while I was listening to these Australian YouTubers I watch, and they play Street Fighter a lot in some of their stuff. You know, like, they kept referring to buffering as a problem. They kept going, it's buffering my inputs. Maybe this is the same thing, but the way they were describing was it was just eating their moves and not letting them do what they wanted. So they're basically implying that buffering was not a good thing, and the way he was talking about it was, oh, this is a standard technique. Maybe it varies from game to game. I don't know. I'm basic baby bullshit on this stuff, so all I have is just cobbled together from mostly two Australians in this game, really. Two Australians who are pretty good, I must admit. Maybe not like evil championship level shit, but they're pretty good. They hold their own. One of them is like a Street Fighter Third Strike mutant, so, you know. He's kind of like slowly ascending to Ultra Instinct as he continues, visibly. I'm actually reading this now. I don't know, yeah, that's just, I work that much, right? Let's see. Use unique move inputting forward B and down forward C. Therefore, C can use part of the passing link whether new hits or not. Forward B can't be used if the first and second hit sequence are regarded. Okay. And functions differ depending on the move. Oh, it's not actually a thing to practice, it's just a bit of info. Okay. And use it as part of a passing link, of course. Alright. Wrong attack button. Hang on. No. He just runs up and knees him. Simple enough. Dash attack's really like a intermediate thing. I think that's like one of the first things you start fucking with once you're like pissing about, surely. Is trying to run and then trying to attack while still running. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Attack button and change the effect of the moves, what we call increase. Something I see is you direct with an increase. Standing C. Oh yeah, I remember discovering that C1 when I was initially starting out. No, I'm not on the leaderboards yet. These things take at least one day. Tomorrow I'll be like ranking in Evo, don't worry. Where should I come up with done it? Oh, this is just for you. Yeah, just fast kicking. Wallstein's done it. He's the big cunt, so I figured that he probably counts do rapid shit. I mean, this is one like you work out just fucking about as a dipshit in Mortal Kombat. It's kind of interesting what it considers intermediate and what it considers beginner. Should say hello, Amanli, by the way. Modest bit of chip down. This is just gonna be info on it. Cannot kill with chip, which is more or less standard these days. It's interesting that it specifies he can chip using normal attacks with the katana, as if are there some characters who can't chip with their weapons? The stream's health is still a bit peaky, and I'm thinking whatever the issue was with Twitch or OBS is not completely resolved. It seems to be behaving itself a bit more. So things get a bit framey, that's the issue. I'm fairly certain it's not my internet or ISP or anything, fairly certain, because everything else has been behaving itself. But we shall see. Of course, the projectile itself is invincible. I guess that is important to specify whether or not you can brick projectiles in the game or not. He's up here. Try not to go to sleep here next to me. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Just wasn't doing it quite right. Show the Wii ball. So, armor. This ain't our super armor, really. How you do? Wrong attack. Failed. Oh wow, it just kicked me out. It's curious. Get back to the other side so I can put this properly. There we go. Okay. Documents, taxes, insurance, and personal data. That's fucked up. Making it count as a new job just because you're off during exams is like really fucky. That's the sort of thing that, you know, there should be like, you know, accommodation for that surely. Or I say surely. But ideally there should be. Just gonna move the mic a bit closer. Just in case. In what way? Do you mean like more people pulling out because of the coronavirus stuff, or did you mean like they've like fucked up or something? It's quarter circle back. Press back and anything. Okay. Okay, I see. I assume the remove list will tell you if you can do that. If not, I guess it's just try it and fuck about. EX specials. That's where you activate your super in the middle of attacks. No, actually, I didn't hear that at all. That's kind of nuts. That's fucking nuts. Like E3 has been like degrading for years, especially since more of them been like, you know, putting less emphasis on it, or like doing the Nintendo thing of just having their own digital show instead. Part of it, like, you know, a big deal. Part of it is like it hinged itself on like keynote conferences and shit, but then the biggest shows of the year, like Tokyo Game Show and Gamescom and all, are so big because they let the public in, so people can actually see these things themselves instead of just being an industry trade show, which is less need and interest for. But that's like a special kind of just completely fucked. Like the one in charge of actually like doing shit for it just dropping out entirely is just fucking tragic. There's been like cries for like E3 is dying, and you know, like, E3 has died before. I remember like E3 all basically, or like almost died, like back during the Wii PS3 generation at some point. There was like one year where it seemed very doubtful, like it was basically collapsed or something, and then it got saved somehow. I think maybe the ones in charge just changed how they were doing things, I forget. Still though, that's... I feel like we're probably not gonna see E3 for much longer. I feel like it's probably gonna properly die. Like, if not, well, maybe not even die. It might just change into some smaller, low-key event that no one really gives a shit about beyond, you know, like tradition. Which, to be fair, it kind of is now. Let's be real. Like I said in Nintendo's Direct, I usually don't really care for E3 for announcements, probably because a lot of the games I care about don't get announced at E3 outside of Nintendo stuff. They get announced either on their own or somewhere else, usually Tokyo Game Show, or even around Tokyo Game Show. B button for it. Okay, so the C is the EX special. Yeah, fuck about it a little bit, it's this sort of thing. Alright. I mean, I kind of see him in that it was tradition for a few years where me and my friends would gather around and just watch every show in the main day. So that'd be like start with Microsoft, then used to be EA, and then Ubisoft, and then whoever until like Sony at like midnight. But then EA dropped out, and everyone else began spacing their days out. So like Nintendo and Square Enix are always the day after. And those are the ones that give a shit about for good things. Sony doesn't fuck about it. Sony doesn't do anything anymore after their embarrassing disaster after a few years of absolutely wrecking it. And it's basically only this shit show now for me as well. Because like outside of the Nintendo Direct and anything Square Enix might have, then to be honest, like their E3 shows are usually more focused on their Western Divisions crap. Like, they're usually more focused on the Western Divisions crap, so they don't give me the shit I'm there for. I feel like we can only watch it for the shit show now. Just everyone dunking on everything. It's with mixed emotions that I Am 8-Bit has decided to resign as creative directors of what was to be an evolutionary E3 2024 experience. Hundreds of gaming community events, and it was a dream to be involved at E3. We wish the organizers the best of luck. If that's the one from I Am 8-Bit themselves, it kind of sounds like they were probably being shot down for certain things, or like plans changed, maybe depending on like certain companies pulling out or planning to pull out in the wake of our ongoing global health pandemic. See, they specify like evolutionary E3 2024 experience, but like the thing is, all like E3 like is the okay. So yeah, they probably got shot down or something. E3 like only very recently actually opened its doors to like the public, and only in very limited capacities. Nothing like Tokyo Game Show or Gamescom, where like this whole day is dedicated to like just the public being allowed to roam and fully interact with demos. Like David last year, was it last year? No, it was the year before. Went to it was the year before because he played Devil May Cry 5 early. It's like 2018. David went to Gamescom, and he got to play like fucking Kingdom Hearts 3 and Devil May Cry 5 just on the show floor directly himself, and that made me so fucking envious and upset. But you don't get to do that sort of shit with E3. Like, none of us could feasibly. Well, I forget what the exact principle was. I just remember they had some sort of limited public access in, I think, 2019. But it wasn't like, oh, you got to see the keynotes or anything. It was like you maybe got the queue for demos, and not all of them. Like, like you basically have to make, if you want this stuff to be big and popular, you have to make it open to the public, because it's like, people don't really give a shit about game journalism anymore. Like, beyond being a pure vector for posting the press releases and like trailers for announcements, most people don't actually give a shit what they have to say or anything about previews, because it's kind of like, they'll wait till they see it in their own hands, or more likely in the hands of their favorite Twitch streamers nowadays. So it's kind of infinite worth. So it's kind of like, hell's the point? I think I did these as well. Oh shit, that's very nice. You can get there for free with a student ticket. Student transport ticket, but that's pretty sick. I'm envious, genuinely. That's the sort of thing where I would, if I had that level, like that I was that close to it, I would just be like, hey, I want to just go there and try and get in and have some, some fuck about with game demos. Certainly, I've been there trying to get my hands on like Kingdom Hearts 3 and Devil May Cry 5 early. Yeah, this is just the Ultra Super button. Infinite Worth EX this. With all attacks. 30 units. You must have a full super meter be 30 HP or less, and then you can just hit and activate all attacks. That's how you know it's the real shit. I figured this much out because, again, experimenting with Ori in particular. Ori and the, I forget her name still, the blonde woman who's like the fire sword and shield. I think I learned that one the hard way, like CA and then knocking them out of the way. But I did have, like, a very basic setup with the shield, like fire woman, because Lady Fire, because she has like two attacks, like one where she just charges with the shield. One's like a quick dash forward. The other one is an actual like full multi-hit dash forward. And if you do them in certain order, they can like basically chain together, and you just mix that shit into like a link, and off you go.
Success.
This is kind of nuts. Welcome back. Alright. There we go. Basically, you have to hit the first hit as you're going up, and then second hit near the peak air jump, and third hit before you hit the ground. It is a bit tricky. I'm not sure how much that would come up, to be honest. There's a character that's really built around aerials, I suppose. Nope, I shouldn't do that. Messing up with Duster on my bed, they're fidgeting as I read this, and that spooks the kitty. He does not like it when the dusters come out. Special attack and a passing link. Exams ruin everything. When you're finally free from education, you should give it a whirl, if only for the experience, I feel like. At some point I'd like to give it a shot. But, you know, that's gonna be some time from now. So we need to, like, A, actually save money for it. And all the rest of it. Save money not just for, like, you know, ticket for the show and everything, but I assume you need to buy a ticket for the show. I forget if it's that or if it's just open for the public in general. No, I feel like it's just open for the public in general. You just spend it all on other shit. I don't know. I would need to actually check the specifics of that. Probably like a door fee, I don't know. But really, it's like transport, somewhere, you know, place to stay, all the rest of it. You'll need to be able to at least cancel a C attack if you want the combo to be a success. Pushed a bunch of children to get a free copy of Farming Simulator. That's fucking cosmic. I know it's like shove past children to get it or something, but like, I love the idea of just whoever publishes Farming Simulator go like, hey, you want a copy? Push them kids and you'll get one. Just shepherd these children, just like nudge these children about and you'll have a free copy of our video game. Wrong button. Moving back. Alright, I keep forgetting the additions. In wrong quarter circle. I'm gonna try that again. That's fair enough. Like, doing like quarter circle back in the launcher and then just holding back and just slamming on the fucking B button for extra hits is well enough. Not that not everyone's going to be able to do that, but hey. You learn a lot of like fucking Sword Boy in here, I tell you what. I can believe that, honestly. Like, I can genuinely believe that there's a bunch who will either go there with morbid curiosity, genuine curiosity, maybe they like legitimately like playing it. All the rest of it, because people do make a lot of fun of the simulator stuff, and sure, there's a lot of really bad ones, but there is like legitimate audiences for that stuff. You know, like I was quite partial to just driving around Final Fantasy 15 sometimes, and kind of like, you know, maybe I would like earnestly, I would give like something like Truck Simulator an earnest shot. Like, hey, maybe I'd actually quite enjoy it as a game to zone out to. Not that I really have. I have so many games going on that I don't really have room for one to just zone out in, I suppose, but you know, the idea is nice. Weekly Euro Truck Sim streams. Push over B, push over square. Oh, and now we're getting into the juice. Yeah, I mean, that or it's like the part of the job I like without all of the physical effort involved as well, probably. I can imagine like, you know, like a trucker being quite, you know, pleased with like the Truck Simulator games without having to actually, you know, be awake for long periods of time and all the rest of it. circle forward. Ooh. Oh yeah, if you hit like the touchpad, it resets. Whoops. It started him in the corner. Do you think it wants him to be in the corner either to make it easier, or this is the intended way of doing it? I mean, I'm getting the different combo art at least, so there's that. Ah. Trucking runs in the family. Is in the blood to in the blood to transport freight, which is just the plot of Death Stranding, really. Am I gonna have to mute? Yep. I mean, we'll go, but at the moment, like, what it is lately is my sister's living with us again. And she has a very deep voice that carries through all walls and has no concept of an indoor voice. So, when she's talking to anyone, she's broadcasting at like 100% volume all over the place. Forever. So, you know, and also, you know, it's just shit like constantly storming across the land and stomping about because she doesn't walk or anything. She just stomps everywhere. It's just special kind of hell this week when it comes to trying to stream these things. Anyway, hello Nove, hello Narc. Where was I? Oh yeah, the man was saying a judge on a TV show saying you have magical powers and the contestant went, what? Here we go. Getting the first quarter circle is fine. I cannot big brain myself into the second one. Not consistently. When I'm not doing the full link, I can like do it. What I do and the game just goes. No, then it would be an entirely different kind of problem. Problem. The door's closed, cat's inside, so no I could argue about the door being closed. Because I normally am not allowed to close the door because, oh no, kitty cat will feel like left out. But he's here and he's asleep, so these are the problems I have in my life. Okay. Transitioning to doing the fucking half circle in that relatively small jump. That's some fucking doing. Too early. How the hell am I even gonna go into a half circle from that? It's basically just go ape shit on the D-pad and hope you pull off a half circle in that split second. For me, that is, it should specify. Oh, he did something with his X. That was a C. That was an EX special. Not an infinite worth. Wrong button. Make the input display go fucking wild. Smacked the X button like 6 times in 30 frames. That's very much wrong. No, because it starts from back, doesn't it? Yeah. That looks like it. That was all. No, I did do the whole half circle there without realizing it. That felt like I only did like the quarter circle. Oh, and I'm slipping out of the... That was double quarter circle forward. Lose mind at the end. Oh. Well, we got him out of the corner. That doesn't really help me much for that. It's not even mashing D, it's just trying to transition from the the direction inputs to the other direction inputs, really. Is what's fucking with me, I think. That's what's fucking with me mentally, at least. The mashing is just I don't even realize I'm doing that. I genuinely feel like I'm pressing the button once or twice, but I'm actually like slapping it a lot without even realizing it. Yep. There we go. Double quarter circle forward. Rift A. Specify. Whoops. Oh. That wasn't it. Welcome back. Transitioning between the directions really is my problem with the actual buttons and like attack buttons themselves, I feel like. I'm kind of trying to cheat it by like doing the full rotation, but it's not really working out. Give him the time for that. Oh, I have it. Then I don't. Adjusting position. Not away from the mic a bit. Oh, pardon me. Sorry. Stew for dinner. There it is. I got tapped too far away, so he fell to the to get there, and then it was like, oh shit, I got there, and I just choke. Not too bad by itself, of course, but don't even know how I managed that one. Okay. It's way too early. It's not the real one though, but you know. Come on, you. I can get it when I'm away. There's a bit of distance, but I choke in when I'm too close to people. Just like real life. One. This is pretty much probably going to be the rest of the stream. Let's be real. Ugh. Encoding overloaded my asshole hard. It's a lot less prominent than it used to be and all, for sure. It's still there a wee bit. And that's what aggravates me. Oh, pardon me. Focusing on doing clear inputs. Sort of get you mean, like actually pulling it off with like wrecking, like shitting a ton of directions. But getting there is the thing. Feels easier to pull off at a distance. Maybe it's just because I'm like using the projectile as timing or something, and you can't do that when you're in his face. I don't know. I feel like I was having it there for like a split second. And that's it. Okay. I don't know if the mic is able to pick that up, but I'm just saying, even with my door closed and everything, I can hear my sister's voice echoing in the kitchen directly below. It's nuts. Is the mic able to pick that up? Hang on. Oh, no, spooked him by doing that. We just gotta make these little tiny little squeaks in his sleep. Like it sounds like a wee squishy, like, you know, a wee squeak toy. Like a genuine wee squeak toy. Oh. Oh. But then, you know, moving the mic closer mid-noise, not spooked him awake. These are the things I need, like a kind of a dedicated, like, ultrasonic mic for. Yeah, that stunning tweet from a guy who somehow still has a job at a major American news outlet. Yeah, as the one I retweeted said, I'm fully convinced that, you know, economists are basically as close to insects as people get. Oh, he's rolled on his back. There's been an increasingly open disregard for just like the majority of people, or just, you know, like lots of like this general populace out there, and a lot of things. And it's a bit discomforting. Hang on a sec. Right. One sec. There's that fucking email about needing to phone the cards provider for fucking wonderful 101 Kickstarter. I'll get to that after this. left it, I didn't mean to. Can you fathom the horrors of just how casually an economist wishes for just untold hundreds of thousands or millions of people to just perish? Just so some stocks, some big numbers will go back up. That encoding overload is getting more and more regular. I do not like that. I don't like how there's this suddenly now of like slow decay back to where it was somehow, despite me not changing any of the settings. What's going on? Oh, careful. Blast the controller off the end of the bed. Stretch. Ooh. Mixed up Half-Life for Half-Life 2 and he's just a crazy person. Yeah, no, that's nuts. I guess to be fair, I don't know, like, does Black Mesa add a lot to the story component to like retroactively write a lot more and make it more of a plot. But even then, if they stick pretty accurately to like Half-Life 1, there's not a lot they can do in that regard anyway. So a lot of it is just plotless, trying to get out of your fucking base, and then as the military gets increasingly desperate and trying to kill you. It sounds like he's just applying the storytelling, fame of storytelling, the accolades given the storytelling of Half-Life 2 retroactively to Half-Life 1. It's like, oh, Half-Life is known for this, so I should praise Half-Life for this. It's real good, even though that's not the one that had that. Ah, okay. Yeah, in that case, he's just retroactively transplanting Half-Life 2's like critical acclaim onto Half-Life 1, which isn't entirely unusual. Like you ask how many people remember that Street Fighter 1 exists, because Street Fighter 2 is the one that was good and also set all the standards. Encoding's just dying every time I do anything, man. What the fuck's going on? I wasn't doing this for, like, throughout the rest of the recording. I haven't changed anything. Why the fuck are you dying now? Computer's not doing anything new. I don't think the graphics card has anything going on. Oh, Luigi's squeaking at the door. Sweet. Alright, I'll let you know in a second. Hang on, just fucking with shit. Alright. Wait, you start turning your hand apart. Hello. Say hello. Maybe, I guess close enough. Bless his tiny little soul. He's done it. Don't know if it's entirely earned, but he's done it. It's not gonna be like Blaze Blue Continuum Shift where I got stuck halfway through the tutorial. I'm gonna get stuck 3/4 of the way through the tutorial this time. I held down, I'm sorry. This is when I do the down one, my instant habit is just immediately jam on the fucking kick button and just tap the shit out of them. 68 the level zone. Yeah, no, I agree with like your sentiment there. Like, if there's one issue that Half-Life and like old shooters didn't have, it was generally level design, because they, you know, they had actual level design and weren't just a linear run straight ahead through shit. That sounds just like he's trying to say like, it's, you know, the remake has made things look nicer, but he doesn't know how really to say that and make it sound impressive. So he's, you know, it's like, oh, the level design was outdated and it's better now. But like, you know, level design isn't just how it looks, level design is how it actually functions and flows and how it's laid out. There's something you can't fault Valve on, it's good level design. That was way too much. I know he's better in the corner. That was like one thing Half-Life was actually really good at, because you could just like when you got it, like you go like all sorts of different ways, like through different rooms and through different tunnels, look back over rooms to find like little hidden like extras, like an extra shotgun or more ammo or whatever. Like loads of stuff like that. It was really good for that shit. Aerial guard. Well. He will not get up.
Success.
Tekken. I know this one from the Street Fighter goons I watch. Taking a throw. He also attack out of walls down his giant throw. True attacking is just getting him. Just throwing him first. Aerial dynasty. Yeah, I'm back at it. That's roughly halfway through the game, if I remember right. So that's after the... That's after Ravenholm, that's after the big first boat bit, probably second boat bit as well. Yeah, no, that is roughly halfway. As I remember it. The thing with Half-Life 2 is, like Half-Life 1, it is just a big tech demo. And while it is like a fine game, it's not exactly like the Even for the time, it's not the revolutionary storytelling. Oh, fuck's sake. Alright. Had fun. Luigi. Of course, he woke up. First thing he did was go downstairs, shove his way into the living room, and then hide behind a chair, which meant, oh, come and get him. Because just letting him alone is illegal. Right now, alright, let's see. The outlines are quite fun. It does fuck me up though, because I know outlines more from Final Fantasy, because various Final Fantasies have antlions as a... sometimes as a major enemy. Well, they're major for at least a part of the plot. However short. Right idea. I mean, I guess that's what hitting this is for. Hang on. This is just what it's gonna fucking be. But we continue. And the encoding overloads back. I think this is probably the worst week for my streams in general, just for unabated, continuous goddamn disasters. This is genuinely like 15 minutes or something of just pulled away because the cat began screeching, go downstairs, cat started screeching, meowing, top of his lungs, follow him down because he's leading me downstairs. He's got a bit of dirt in the corner of his tray, so he doesn't want to use it. Have to empty all that out, and then, you know, people talking at me begins. It was quite pleasant without disaster. That long stretch where, you know, I could just do things and it was fine. Now it's gone. Like my mom was the only one in night, so she will probably go to sleep soon. Cat probably won't. Cat will probably keep causing problems just while he can, because instead of coming up here to get scratched, he prefers to try and enter the living room because it's a closed door, and you can't do that. which means, you know, he's entered the forbidden space and I must drop everything to retrieve him, otherwise that's illegal. And if my sister comes back in, it's just all bets off, because she's just maximum noise until she goes into her room and closes the door. Hell week. It's in the grand scheme of things, it's just lots of petty annoyances. But goddamn, it's a lot of petty annoyances. A lot of petty annoyances. I countered him somehow. Why is it just not going into the sea? I realized that a bit too late there. I was doing the wrong input there for the fourth step. Can't load it overhead. Okay.
Success.
That's actually quite fast. Yeah, it's just piled up this week. Minor things in work, like being stuck with shepherding the new one again, when I would rather just be hacking at the shit myself and getting it done, because it's an entire set of work that's just my shit. And then just all this at home, just constant noise, interruptions, Twitch detonating itself last night. I look forward to what will go wrong during the podcast recording. Probably say just full tilt yelling or something in the house, just preventing me from doing anything.
Success.
Ah, okay. Gold sparks means you've long, they have longer to attack it. Interesting. It's a good thing to know. Actually didn't even notice any spark at all. It probably shows you I don't know what to look for. I'll have to watch for that next time.
Success.
Wobble. It was a bit complex. So that's what that does. Yeah, I don't know either.
Success.
It's this perverse thing that's happened in work where they just keep sticking the newest guy on the team gets stuck to me, and that usually means that even after like his initial bits of work with me where he's seeing stuff, you know, like I'm the one he knows, and you know, like they'll go like, hey, do you want to keep pairing up because I don't know what I'm doing still, and it's like and if you say no, then the fucking project manager gets tutty and fucking whinges at you, and he's like, well, you know, pair programming is actually quite efficient, and it's really nice and good, and we have to encourage knowledge sharing. It's like, yeah, but also I work a lot slower when I have to fucking babysit someone, and I'm just fucking tired. I just want to sit and like listen to my own crap while I do programming, because that's really, I actually find that really relaxing and pleasant work. Because it's just solving puzzles while just listening to whatever bullshit I want on YouTube or my music or whatever. When the TS gauge cycles. Oh, that's what that is, okay.
Success.
Whoa. I hear the front door. Do I? No, I hear the cat playing with something that sounded like keys. The Principle of a Philosopher by Eternal Fool Asle. That's a bit tragic, that. That's someone who doesn't get the flow of, you know, like needing downtime to have, like, you know, have the big moments contrast against something in a story, which is, you know, extremely critical. Alright. Seven.
Success.
Okay. That's an interesting balance. You can use it without a full block, but doing so makes your opponent's gauge jump up so they can do it. Yeah. Alright, the big one. That's also a good point, actually. If it's always just focused on big events and only the big shit happening, where there's not any room for the characters to fucking breathe and grow. Like, even Dragon Ball Z got that. And that's a series where, like, fights dominate the bulk of the fucking runtime. Manga and anime. But even they have their downtime. Even in like the middle of big moments, there'll just be like spots of like we'll just change focus every now and then, just give you a minor break from everyone having heart attacks about Frieza not dying ever. Hello. You getting ready to settle down again after torturing everyone? What does it say, me? Are you? Yes. Oh. You know, if it's all big moments, honestly, the audience, on top of this not being any room for character development or anything, the audience are just going to get bored. They're just gonna have, like, fucking, you know, just apathy, because there's never anything to contrast it against. It's just always bigger stakes, bigger panic, and a constant streak. And in theory, you can do that, but you need to do it very specifically and very carefully. The ones that get away with that the most usually are, like, fucking complete farces, like, you know, comedies and things that are deliberately farcical in nature. Alright. Just grab him. Filling in that hole from earlier. Twice quickly. Find a CS. That's what that is, okay. Veil off. Veo. Oh wait, I did the wrong move. Hey. Infinite warfare. Oh, he just fucking ate. Figures. Oops. Fucking clipping the touchpad. Oh, I see. Oh wait, no, it's this wild arrow. It's lamb, right, that shit. Oops. Yeah, it's so sorta good. I would have to fucking read it wrong again. No, I'm reading it right. Reading that second one wrong, that was it. That was it. Let's shuffle shit around. I'm in myself. Oh, so it's not a case of actually like you know, describing a whole lot of words and just not getting it, or like not really knowing how to do it. They just say, it's just playing, and then she dodges it. Like, oh man, you're visualizing the song cool in your head. You should be going apeshit with the descriptions. Say like she like fucking is flipping around the individual bolts, like swimming around them like they're fucking snake, like she's a fucking snake or something. Or like, what's that in that context? It's because I'm not hitting him with it, probably. Quarter circle forwards. No, there is a time requirement. That's me fucking you up. Alright, so you have 3. Oops. That's it, okay. Right, that's it. Right. Nice. Wrong one. No, I can't even do it anymore. I didn't jump, I don't even know why I didn't. I just didn't. Fucking stream help just dying. Bringing all the drop frames and everything's just going down the toilet. Hello. At least the audio's good. Small, the one thing. And shit. For fuck's sake. Fuck me, come on. That was it. Oh, whoops. Come on. That's it. I think I'm just I think I'm getting the run on empty. To be fair, it is like after that. I'm gonna keep going though, just 'cause why not? Really playing dialogue. That's an interesting pattern. I don't know, I mean in this instance it seems like the guy is plainly uninterested in anything but telling his dramatic scenes, although you know, he seems, I don't know how he seems to think he wants to do that, considering he's not really putting any verve into descriptions or anything. Maybe he thinks the minimalism is a style or something. Not a great one. You know, a style. There we go. Time counter pause. Ah, okay. You can stall for time. Well, not stall, but then you can buy time using your ultra supers and shit. That's great. 1811. Okay. That probably explains some of my stupidity.
Success.
And you know, it really is the need for reach a new level. There's really the need for actually practicing clean inputs over anything like Mark said earlier. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but sure. 45. Whiff Council. Guarding Okizune. We got specifics going on now. What's this? Oh, it's a wake up attack. Okay. I know that thermal is. Technic stun, thermixes. We're getting into the serious shit up here. I just noticed it swapped to her for intermediate, and her for expert, him for vet. Out of curiosity. Fuzzy guards, fuzzy counter. No technic. Oh, common. I think common ones are just the explanation ones. Fair enough. Option select stuff. Ah, okay. I think given how I'm doing, I will do the very first one as recommended list. I intend to do all of them, don't worry. Because, you know, might as well get through. Like, how much of this I will remember at any given time, of course, is up in the air. But, gradually. Well, eventually it'll all sink in over time. Ah, okay. Sure enough. Closing without taking any damage from projectiles. But I think I'll leave that one for the next time. And I don't entirely know when next time is for streams. So I mean, I'll be on Chris's podcasting on Sunday, but I say Chris's podcasting, it's like I'm not part of it. But yeah, I think, let's see. Yeah, I hate that. Ah, okay. The veteran one makes you just absolutely do it. Idiot podcast featuring Gavin. Okay, that's good enough. But yeah, that's gonna be. I just know anti-air attacks as well. With Punisher. Yeah, we're getting into the good. We're getting into frames as well. We're getting into the good shit. The big brain shit. But yeah, that will be for whenever I next stream this, because it's now like 11:30, and after today, I think I'm just done. I think at this rate, it's like roughly one section of this a stream, more or less. Probably going to be longer as we get into the very complex shit. But you know, eventually I'll absorb it. But I do feel like I'm getting marginally better through these, just doing this tutorial, because I've gone from not really getting how to do inputs at all to actually, you know, occasionally doing them consistently. We're getting there eventually. But yeah, it's gonna be me for the night, so thanks for watching, thanks for coming in everyone. I'm gonna go curl into a small ball and scream, probably. Yeah, honestly, I intend, like, even after I do the entire tutorial, I intend probably just to come back and use different bits of it until I, actually start just having stuff down. Either as instinct or at least something I consciously remember. But yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good night. I'm going to drink. See you.